In fact, I lost a job because of COVID. I had a job as a public defender, and right when COVID was supposed to start April 4th, and they called me a week before, and he said, "Hey, look, it's so bad with COVID, we can't let you start." So I lost a job because of COVID as a public defender. I was really looking forward to doing that kind of criminal defense work. That'd really be fun, but COVID.
Oh yeah, come to DC. You got plenty of work. And we have they're doing a lot of hearings virtual. So I mean, if you have apprehensions, man, they accommodate you.
Are you talking about criminal defense, or what are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to for the PD, public defender's office.
Yeah, in DC.
I mean, they're always looking for good folks.
Yeah.
In Washington D.C.
Hey,
I'm licensed in Pennsylvania. I have to get licensed in DC.
Hold on, real quick, Tony. Hold on, real quick. I just want to cut in real quick. Two things. Number one, because it look like all of y'all are using y'all cell phones. So for those of y'all who may not know, you got to swipe your screen to see more than one person at a time. Secondly, I'm getting ready to go live on my Facebook in about like 2 minutes or less. You don't have to freak out once the live happens. I mean, you can just still keep being your natural selves. We pretty much just gonna chop it up for an hour, like we kind of pretty much just been doing right now. I do like some quick introduction just so everybody will know each other, and even anybody who's watching it live will know you. And then lastly, if you don't know how to do it, I can help you out. But if you do know how to do it, just change your names to like your Instagram names or whatever it is that you want to be followed at. I guess I'm gonna have to make this announcement again.
How do you do that?
How do you do that is right. How do you do that?
If you click on participants, like where the names and stuff are, you click on participants, and then you click on your own name. You should be able to like rename or something, or it may even be like a 3 dots in your top right corner type of thing, or it's a little different on the phone. But either way, you should be able to just find a place to rename yourselves. I'm gonna actually go ahead and start this this live before it get too late.
Okay.
I might not be able to do it from the phone.
I don't know how to do it.
You can. Y'all just, I get it.
Participants?
Hold on.
Okay.
Participants? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
All right, let me start. All right, great. So if you guys wanted to share, what's up, Becca?
Hi. I'm sorry I'm late.
No, it's all good. I wasn't even looking at the screen. I was going live on the Facebook. We are live now. So if you guys want to share it on your Facebooks, you can. You don't have to. No pressure. But welcome. This is the We Are the Groceries podcast. This name is as perverted as it sounds. It's definitely talking about eating ass. But
so what I was thinking about doing,
definitely,
but only for dogs.
But that's
so you'd have your Danes, your Rottweilers, your Dobermans, your Maltese, your Chihuahua. You'd have your.
Somebody got a TV playing in the background?
No, who the hell is that?
Oh, that's Brett. I'm like, yo. I thought somebody was talking to me or something. I was like, somebody asking me a question. So it is. Yeah, but basically this podcast came about in the beginning of COVID. Me and some other bored ass comics, we just was, they all were from like the Miami area or whatever. We basically just got on Zoom and just started doing shit or whatever. And so it just evolved to this. And I realized that, I've been a part of 3 different comedy scenes and even in my, short career. So I just met a lot of comics, so I just figured I can't really put y'all on the show that may can get you paid, but I can at least allow y'all to meet each other. You know what I'm saying? And maybe y'all can, get each other paid later down the line, and be able to break me off my 2%. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this is. Basically, we'll just be chopping it up for like an hour, man. You guys can just feel free to be yourselves. Everybody here is a stand-up comic, you know what I'm saying? So you can talk about whatever the fuck comics talk about. We don't have to necessarily be politically correct. Now we are live, so if you say anything that gets your career canceled, that's on you. But you're free to say it. That's all I'm saying. I won't have anything to say about it. If you go viral somehow on some crazy shit, that's on you. Good luck to you. So just real quick, I'll just go through my screen. I won't do long introductions. So I can let you guys kind of even just talk about yourselves. But my top left, I'm going to my screen, so don't feel like I'm skipping y'all. We got Tony Viagra with the apparel. Wave at us, Tony. Let us know who you are, Tony. There you go. All right. Tony fell asleep. All right. And then you got Will, you figured it out. You figured out how to change your name?
Yeah.
All right. You ain't as old as I thought you was. I got you. All right. So we got my man Will, DC comic. Tony, where are you? I actually never met you in person. Me and Tony we met during Zoom shows, believe it or not, a couple of Zoom shows. Where you located at, Tony?
I perform out of Motel 6.
Fire bow tie.
Okay.
I got you, but where is that Motel 6 located, sir? Is what
Pennsylvania.
I'm asking. Gotcha.
Central Pennsylvania.
Thank you, sir.
And they don't have for me either.
Gotcha. So he's in Pennsylvania. Will's in the DC area, the DMV. Then we got I guess I'll do him last. So we got Becca. She is your hair dyed or is it naturally that color?
Oh no, this is dyed. This color doesn't exist in the natural world.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I didn't know if that was like a version of redhead or not. I didn't know. Okay, so that's gotcha.
No,
okay.
it's fake. I am a fraud.
It's fake. I don't think it's fake. It's just dyed. It's real dye. It's just not real.
It's my real hair. It's
right.
My real hair. I just dyed.
That's all that matters.
Right.
I'm not gonna comment on that.
Right. And then of course by his logo we got Burger. My man Burger, comedian. Deep Miami, I guess, Homestead. And then this next gentleman, just to get done the introduction, I actually went to elementary school with this guy. And here we are. I guess decades later. My man Brett Gresham what's popping, bro?
What's that? Ain't nothing. It was actually, you could say grammar school, you know what I'm saying? But it was middle school. You know what I'm saying? It was middle school, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Was it middle school?
Yes, it was.
What elementary school did you go to?
Peachtree Middle, excuse me.
No, I know Peachtree Middle, but what elementary school did you go to?
Kilpatrick Elementary.
Oh, you went to Kilpatrick. Okay, so it was middle. Because I went to Pine Ridge, which was for Stevenson's whatever, but
he was all east. I was
right, but see, Stevenson was bad as fuck. They had kids getting arrested and shit at the middle school. My parents was like, "No, we gonna ship your ass way across town to Dunwoody, Georgia. You gonna go to Peachtree Middle School."
Okay,
and that was my experience. So that's how.
Then we linked up at in high school as well. So you went to Parkview. Right. I was in Collins Hill. I was surprised there. Everybody was like, "Boy, you over here dapping the ops." I'm like, I went to school with him. Just chill. We know each other.
Right.
What town is that in?
This is in Atlanta, basically. Atlanta area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gwinnett County.
Is that Lithonia?
Okay. DeKalb, Gwinnett.
Yeah. So Peachtree was in DeKalb County, which is so Atlanta's so weird. The Atlanta area is so weird. I mean, it's probably more hard to explain than most cities, if you will, but you can kind of break it up more into counties than just the city, because it's kind of multiple cities, like Decatur, Stone Mountain, whatever like that. Like all of that would be considered DeKalb County, even though they're kind of like 20 minutes apart, if you will. But it's all like its own thing. If you're talking about like schools, like all the schools in this county type of thing. So it's a little bit everywhere to answer your question, Will. It's not really just Lithonia or whatever. It's kind of spread out throughout just these counties. Make a long story short. Anyway.
Are you still in Atlanta now?
Me?
Yeah.
No, sir. I'm in California. I'm in Burbank, California.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
beautiful downtown
close by
Burbank.
Glendale, West Coast.
Yeah, I'm in Burbank. I live 5 blocks walking distance from Cartoon Network. Not even joking.
Wow.
Fire.
Wow.
Now, granted, I don't do anything animation, so that's irrelevant to my life. But it's cool to be able to say, I guess.
What about anime?
Nah. Only thing anime I've ever seen, I was kind of forced to watch. It was cool,
stuff.
but it was all right. So enough about me. What's going on with you guys? Becca, how are you doing?
Oh, I am existing.
Gotcha.
I'm alive. It's that's where I'm at. I have a story to share with the group.
Let's hear it.
We have a moment for
Absolutely.
story time.
All right.
The reason I was late is because I missed the bus, and so then I had to get on a different bus. And there was a Karen on this bus.
Oh, wow.
It was very fun. So the bus was pretty full in the back, but like the front part where like the handicap seating was mostly empty. There was like one old Asian guy sitting there, and his mask was like right below his nose. And this woman threw a fucking fit about it. She was sitting like almost right next to me, and she did that thing that old white ladies do, this thing, where they're like, hey,
right.
hey, their hand out, his mask is covering his nose.
Oh
She
my
did
God.
it just like that. And her voice sounded just like that. And there are a lot of different kinds of high-pitched voices. Obviously, mine gets very high-pitched, but I like to think of mine as rather melodic. I hit some octaves. We get up there. But it's not horrible.
What?
She was just straight shrill. Put your mask on!
What? Did she try to Did she try to report him or something, or did she just take?
She was trying to get the bus driver. She made the bus driver stop the bus.
Oh God!
Get out of her little driving booth and come talk to him. And I wasn't entirely sure he knew what was going on. Like he just had that glazed old man look. Maybe he didn't speak English. I'm not sure, but he was just sitting there like that. And she put your mask on. So he puts his mask on after she makes the bus driver stop. Well, like 10 minutes later, he pulled it down again, which whatever. No one was anywhere near him. Literally no one was anywhere near him. And she does it again. Hey, put your mask on. And then she goes, I'm going to take a picture of you. And she pulls out her phone, and she's, again, that old lady, she's like holding it out here, like trying to like frame the photograph. And I finally was like, oh my God, maybe he doesn't understand what you're saying. Like, did you think about that? And she turns to me and she goes, he knows. I was like, she's like, he's been arguing with everybody about it. He just doesn't want to put his mask on. And then I just put my headphones in and turned away from her. Gotcha. I don't know what else she said, but I was just like, what? So much aggression.
I wonder in that moment was she more disappointed that you weren't on her side. She was like, "Wow, you gonna be on this? You gonna defend this asshole?"
Yes. Yeah, I could see it in her eyes. She was like, "We're supposed to stick together," and I was like, "No, bitch, I can't."
What town is that?
I'm sorry.
What town is that?
This man,
I live in San Francisco.
Tony be checking towns on your ass. He don't let Tony don't let nothing happen. What town is that happening?
Where's that happening?
I was trying to keep myself awake here. That's all.
That's fair.
Right.
I was in San Francisco.
Yeah, what you drinking, Tony?
Jack Daniels.
Are you straight?
Oh,
you got Jason now?
You getting oiled up.
Oh, he's getting oiled up.
You getting oiled up over there? Okay.
He gonna be
but
pop
I'm
locking
working with my
after a while.
partner, Jack Daniels.
Shit, man.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this mask thing is freaking everybody the hell out, man.
It is. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Well, I just don't understand like why people can't react like a human. That was so. Literally, his nose was showing, and this woman stopped the bus and threw 2 fits.
Right.
Like, it's so easy to be like, hey, could you put your mask on? I feel uncomfortable. That's not that hard to do.
Right.
And she was sitting like almost as far away from him as she could get already.
Wow.
Like just when it happened.
She did say something to him? She
I'm
said
sorry?
something to him? She did address him?
Yeah, she yelled at him and the bus driver and me. She yelled at everybody. She was just
What'd she
yelling.
look like? What'd she look like?
Probably what you think she looked like. She was older. She looked like she was in her 60s.
Tony a damn
and
private
she had, like,
investigator.
up her hair.
Yeah.
Hey,
What is
man.
she like?
Hey,
What is she make those noises
Hey,
when
Tony
she
look like
fucks?
you on a fans only page right now.
What she make
Yeah,
those
Tony-
noises when she
Take your
fucks?
shirt off, girl.
Tony a private investigator.
You like to spot her boyfriend? You like to spot her boyfriend? He's a guy walking around town with 2 fucking hearing aids on.
Yes.
Tony a private investigator. That's why he got that hat and suit on. He like, what time was this? What's her
Pulled out one of those
what does she look like?
Is
Tony-
she hot?
Tony
Is she
look,
hot?
Tony look for clues with magnifying glasses. He like,
Yeah.
Playing.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for making fun of my health problems. Hey, was she hot? Was she hot?
I mean, for an old lady, sure.
was she a natural redhead? Was she?
She struck me as like she used to be blonde.
Used to be
Her hair
blonde.
was like mostly gray.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah, man. You can't blame these people, man. It's the politicians been pretty much putting everybody in panic. You know what I mean? Putting a lot of bad information, and folks just don't know what to believe anymore. And
you know,
nobody wants to get sick, you know?
You know, I can tell she's real blonde.
How's
Make her
that?
pull down her pants.
Okay.
Stupid ass.
Wait, what?
She's a real blonde.
You
She's
can
a
do
true
that.
blonde.
Oh. I missed part of that.
Yeah.
To tell she's really blonde and pull down her pants? Is that
Pull
what
down her
you're
fucking
suggesting?
pants.
Joke, man.
Yeah, but maybe she has a baldy.
Okay.
I got weird. All right.
That got really weird.
Hey,
Why
Tony
are we
got
talking
slow
about
down,
pubic
man.
hair?
Hey,
I mean,
Tony,
I guess this is
Tony-
we are the grocery.
that Jack Daniel whipping Tony ass right now.
That jack is going straight to the head, man.
If I step away from
straight
it,
to
I'll
the
chaotic.
get more
There's some
Jack
glasses and
Daniels.
that goddamn bow tie whipping Tony ass right now.
Oh, man.
Tony said, "You want to see she really blonde?"
Yeah.
Stupid
Hold
ass.
up,
I look
hold
like a
up,
fucking
man,
baldy.
now. My goodness. I
As
feel you.
someone who dyes
Oh,
their
my
hair, I try not to hold unrealistic expectations for people's pubic hair matching. I mean, sometimes it's just not going to. I understand that.
So you're saying that your pubic hair doesn't match?
I do not dye my pubic hair. No.
But-
That
Hey,
just feels like a lot of unnecessary work.
yeah.
What color's your pubes?
Jesus Christ. Okay. All right.
The
All
same
right.
color
Tony,
as
Okay.
my
Tony,
eyebrows.
Tony.
That's
Okay.
how you really
Listen.
Hey, Rudy.
The way you
So
look
I
and
was
your
saying
age
right
is the
now.
wrong type of show.
I mean, I guess he doesn't care about the council thing we talked about. He just
Nah, man.
Yeah.
This
This will
shit
be
look
my
like a
last
peep
comedy
show.
show ever, so I'm gonna go out with a bang.
We can tell. So where's your pubic hair?
I mean,
Tony's like, by the time they catch me, it'll be over with anyways.
Yeah, man.
podcast, let's talk about our genitals.
Right.
Yes,
No, that's
Hey, man.
is,
Jesus
What
Christ.
the hell is going on right now, Tony?
So Burger.
I got a story to tell.
No, that's
I got
okay.
a story to tell.
That's okay. We'll come back. We'll let you cool off a little bit, buddy. We'll let you.
Okay, I'm gonna get a little more. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some more Jack Daniels.
Yeah,
I'll be right back.
Oh,
go
good,
holler
yeah.
at Jack. Go holler at Jack.
All right.
Hey, Burger.
Jack is empty.
But Burger, I was trying to ask. Well, I guess really just first of all, Becca, what part of South Florida are you in?
I live in I'm almost in the middle of the city. I'm on Bush Street near Divisadero. I don't know if that makes any difference to anybody.
My
Near
bad, Rudy. My
Japantown.
sound had went out.
No, you good. You good.
I was like, "What the fuck just happened?" I was like, "God damn it,
No,
I'm not good with this kind of shit."
no, you good. You good, man. So
I
he's
still got a
85
Super
years old.
Nintendo.
He's
I
my-
still got a Super Nintendo. I don't know how to
Right.
play most.
Hey, man.
I have a Sega, and
Gotcha.
it's the best thing ever.
Nah, I ain't mad at
Yeah.
you.
He just-
I heard there's
Um,
like a PS5 coming out or something, and everybody's losing
No,
their
it's
minds
out.
over a
Yeah,
PS5.
I think it's out.
Is it?
I'm a
Yeah.
PlayStation guy. I don't fuck with Xbox. So if you like
You were just a
Xbox,
Super Nintendo nigga.
to each his own.
Right. You definitely. So, how far did you go with Nintendo? Did you go like to like the Wii or whatever? Or you just stuck it out with the Super Nintendo? Was that
I don't play that new stuff, man.
The
Too
new
many
stuff.
buttons.
The Wii got like 2 buttons. You swinging that motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you know what? I did play that.
There's less buttons than the damn Super Nintendo.
It had too much body movement in the Wii,
Bruh.
and move around. I was like, I ain't with this shit.
Now the Wii is definitely not for no late night gaming when you high, because now you got to sit here and do all this shit. Like,
yeah, you playing around with the remote,
right?
But I feel like the Wii might be on some shit like if you catch a female who's some bullshit on like Netflix and chill, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, well, bitch, you goddamn ain't doing shit. Let's play the Wii. You know what I'm saying? Let me see how the body movement is.
Right. I mean, it's definitely.
They still sell games for the Wii?
I don't know.
That part.
I'm sure.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure they probably say. I don't know about new games, but I'm sure they probably still sell games just in general. I don't know if nobody still like the new Madden came out on Wii.
Well, you got yeah.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if 2K20 is on Wii. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be shooting the hell out of that motherfucker.
Right, but you know I'm sure they got something. They probably got the Madden with Michael Vick on it or some shit. You know, like back in 2004.
I felt like Tony should leave us a no signal on his goddamn where he at right now. Like, we don't give a fuck about that goddamn shit, that weak ass chandelier.
That's right. That's right above his kitchen table. That's right. Well, back. I was asking where. So you're actually in the city of Miami. You're actually in Miami.
No,
Oh,
San
me?
Francisco.
Wait,
San
who are you talking to?
Francisco. Oh no, because you said something. I don't know. You said something about Bush Street or something like that. So I don't know. I thought this was like.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I live in San Francisco.
Right. I thought you. Okay. So that's why I got confused. So you're in San Francisco. Okay. So yeah, definitely don't name streets in San Francisco. I don't.
Got it.
Nah, definitely. But then I was asking Burger because I know that comedy is definitely open in Miami. So I was wondering, have you been back out there? Like, have you been out there in them streets?
I've got asked to do shows, but I've turned them down because I'm still a little skittish about the whole going out, you know, or getting sick or anything. You know, I got kids. You know, I got to work every day anyways, but you know, I try to keep contact with people to a minimum right now until everything's figured out with this situation that's been going on. Because, you know, that's all we call it. We don't really know exactly what it is. We just say with everything going on right now.
With everything going on right now.
Yeah, you know. But
hey, I'm back, Rudy.
Yeah.
What city are you in, Burger?
I'm in Homestead, man, Florida City.
Miami.
Miami, like at the end of Florida, right before the Keys.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
They've been doing shows at the Improv down there, right?
They doing shows everywhere now.
That's in a City Place. They've been doing shows, yeah.
The West Palm Improv, the Miami Improv, and then now, and they already was kind of doing that even when it was still not open as far as the inside. But now Miami is open as far as the inside. But they're more I guess cautious of wearing or conscious of wearing masks there on the inside, but as opposed to like Atlanta. But
question. I just have a thing like this. I don't understand the purpose of a mask. I just feel like if it said the word from the beginning of this shit, everybody want to say March when it start popping off, when they start saying stuff. So my thing is, if March when it was, now all of a sudden y'all niggas know what viruses do. They just float around. Damn, he got a mask on. Let me go somewhere else. Like, a mask is supposed to prevent everything.
It's a barrier.
It's preventive. Wait,
I think it's kind of like a condom. You know
it gives you it
is like a condom.
It's a form of defense.
It just lowers your chances. It kind of just lowers.
It's better than wearing nothing. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better than wearing nothing. You know,
it's a
really good explanation I heard was like, if you pee your pants, right? If you're not wearing any pants and you just pee and someone's standing next to you, it's going to splash on them. But if you're wearing pants and you pee, it might like run down a little bit, but it's not like there's a barrier there. It's like there's
pretty much
fluids coming out of your face
Yeah.
if you're wearing a mask. Even like as you aspirate when you talk, the mask is blocking some of that. It's not perfect. And the thing with science too is that it's all like we don't know everything. There's so much we don't know. And most of the researchers that have been working on this have said from the beginning that the novel coronavirus has behaved differently from the get-go from their other experiences with it. So there's just a lot of unknown. So science is it's flawed, but it's also the best chance we have. Like, it's better than doing nothing. I would rather try. I would rather make an attempt to protect people.
And the social distancing. I mean, it's better to be negative 6 feet in a barrier because it gets into your nostrils, into your, for breathing and so forth. You know what I mean?
I seen a commercial that said sneeze can travel 20 feet. So what the fuck does that 6 feet do?
Wait, that what can travel?
It's better than being
a sneeze can travel 20 feet. You can Google this. You can Google the commercial. All right. It's called an air
I think
police
they decided
mask.
on 6 feet because that's like the general like talking distance. Like if it's like a normal like.
I'm telling you what I seen. I don't know. I don't believe it. I'm saying what I seen. So I'm just like, if you call a mask air police mask, is it 20 feet? What?
I'm pretty sure I could sneeze like 30 feet. I sneeze hard as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Like just standing in one place, or like maybe in movement.
I mean, if somebody sneezes, I would hope you get the fuck out the way.
Or cover yourself. Cover yourself if you
Tony.
But that's
you just fucking sneeze all over. You just don't give a shit.
But that's almost like asking, like, can you still get crabs even with a condom on? Because like crabs is not on,
That's like covering your pubic hair, and that's where crabs go, isn't it?
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But are you gonna not wear a condom just because you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't everything.
If I get crabs, they don't give me some fucking cocktail sauce with them. I'll tell you that.
I don't know.
I mean, you definitely have to protect yourself as best you can.
That's why you got to go with everything, though. It's not just the mask. Like it's the mask
they recommend
and away from people. You know what I'm saying? And wash your hands.
Your distance.
Yeah. Like if you got a mask on,
what you niggas been doing before then?
But I'm saying, if you got a mask, first of all, let's be clear. We're definitely washing our hands way more now than we ever have. Like there's definitely times where like you can wash your hand once and then you touch your cell phone that you took into the bathroom with you, you touch the door handle, you touch whatever, and you'll just grab a peppermint or something, put it in your mouth and won't even think twice about it. You'll go to a buffet and touch the handle on food that everybody's licking their fingers and touching, fixing their food again. Don't even think nothing about it. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
I catch myself doing that all the time.
You pass a blunt that somebody licked and rolled.
Like, fuck, I forgot to wash
my probation. I ain't smoking nothing.
I hate a wet
you're right.
Like we've been out here journey, bro. We've been journey as fuck. Like you know what I'm saying? This just gave us a reason to stop.
That's why we have immune systems. Like we have natural protection against that, like that standard level of contagion, so to speak. But it's different now because there is an extremely rampant virus running around. So that changes obviously what we're being exposed to, which means that we then have to change our behavior.
Right. No, I mean,
you sound like a science teacher.
I should have
known. Elderly people don't want to get sick as well.
Man, the real question is, what y'all gonna do when the vaccine come out?
Not take it.
I'm gonna take it and croak.
I think I'll be okay.
I feel like I'll take Tony's vaccine better than that shit. They talking about.
Right.
What you got, Tony? You got what? Jack and what? Coke? Give me that.
It's
just alcohol.
90% Jack and 10% Coke.
10%. So like you measured the actual percentage of Coke you got?
Yeah, I got.
He's a scientist, y'all.
Yeah,
Tony's a goddamn scientist.
I got bad news. I got bad news.
That's why he's dressed like Bill Nye.
I got bad news.
Fire.
I got bad news.
Say it.
I went and got tested for COVID-19. I got the test results back today, and I just found out I have COVID Tourette's.
Stupid ass.
COVID.
I don't even know what just happened.
He just says COVID all day.
This is crazy, man.
Motherfucker! I thought you were gonna say something like, "Oh, I found out I had herpes" or something.
I was waiting for him to be. Yeah.
I was like, at your age, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, fuck your age.
Tony, wear your glasses.
I spent a lot of time writing this material.
Tony was like, I got a show tomorrow. I'm about to get these bits off. I'm about to run in.
Yeah, I was like, he's doing a bit right now. He's just doing a bit. He interrupted all of us so that he can do a bit.
He waited for me to acknowledge him. He was like, I got bad news.
Yeah.
I got bad news.
I got
bad news.
I got more bad news.
God damn it.
I got more bad news.
We don't recognize that.
I got more bad news. I'm sober.
No.
Negative. Don't believe you.
We don't believe you anymore. We don't believe you anymore.
I was in a 12-step program, but
that's like, listen, that's more like Will saying he's drunk off of drinking a gallon of water.
Yeah.
I joined AA. I was in a 12-step program, but there was a problem. I fell and hurt my leg. One of the 12 steps was defective. So I got a cheap lawyer and I sued AA. Now it's a 12 watch your step program.
Stupid ass.
Take another drink, Tony.
I quit AA.
Jesus
I quit
Christ.
AA and I joined AU. I joined AU.
What's
It's
AU?
Alcoholics Unanimous. They have a 12-case program. I can drink 12 cases, Milwaukee's best, in 12 days or you're out. Look,
Milwaukee's
best. Still ain't drunk.
God damn, boy.
It's like drinking water piss. Isn't that like a 12-pack of Milwaukee's best, like $3?
That's that wine special.
More impressive if it was like a really heavy IPA. Sculpin. You have to drink 12 cases of Sculpin.
Tony, you're showing your age.
In 12 days or you're out.
Tony, is Tony Viagra, is that your government name?
It's not nice to make fun of someone's name.
Okay. All right. So, Will, how you
your
doing,
name is
sir?
Viagra?
Will, how you doing? It's okay, bro. It's okay, guys. We can let it go. Will, how you doing?
We're not. We're not letting that shit go.
We can
all right. Tony, what is your last name? Is it hard or not?
I changed my name. I changed my name from Chaim to Tony.
Okay. It's another bit. Here we go.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, Rudy, go ahead. Control the show, Rudy.
Rudy, is your Christmas tree real or fake? It looks like it might be fake. Also, it's pretty early.
It's as
I like that
it's
it's
as real. I was about to say it's as real as your hair. No, it's no, it's actually fake. No, it's so I get to my COVID tree, I guess, if you will. I got it from a neighbor who was getting rid of it, and I put it up probably like mid-May, maybe June or something.
Such a nigga.
And well, I need it. You know, I'm on Zoom a lot. You know, and I need a backdrop, and so this side was empty. So I got the lights and stuff. The lights and stuff already are attached, so I didn't have to do anything. I just stand it up.
Oh, what are those? I used to have one of those. I love them.
Merry Christmas.
I had to get rid of it though.
Yeah, no, this is the thing.
Well, you're behind a lot of books. Like, do you read a lot, Becca? Or
what?
Do you read a lot,
B.
Henry?
Yeah. Yes.
So what's the latest book you've read?
Well, I'm currently rereading. Oh my god. Rereading. Well, because I originally read the series when I was like young, and so I'm rereading the Dragon Riders of Fern. It's all fantasy books. I'm a giant nerd. I'm not.
I was about to say, when you said rereading, I just imagine you pushing glasses up like this.
Yeah, but I'm rereading.
Yeah. An audio book.
That's like making kids do their homework twice.
Right.
Yeah.
I did my homework for the second time today.
If I had a penny for every time I've been called a teacher's pet in my life.
You know, believe it or not, I've only read maybe 3 books from start to finish in my entire life. Like, I'm talking about literally from start to finish. Like, I've read more books, but I will always find a way to skim through something. And there's only been 3 books that I've ever started from the very beginning to the very end in my 31 years of living.
Wow.
And I didn't reach that until I was probably 28. And they were, and believe it or not, they were two of them were, and it's not because I'm just super fans of these people, but one was Tiffany Haddish's book and one was Kevin Hart's book, and that's just really because I'm just interested in
interest.
Like what's it like autobiographies or whatever, you know, like just people's life. You know what I'm saying? I even with like biopics with movies, that's my favorite like genre. So, but I didn't really learn that until I got older. So like now I'm starting to get more books of people who I'm interested in and just read about their life because that's about as. Because just reading a book, like I ain't into it like that. I'm just not.
That's the key. It has to be something that gauges you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something that pulls you in. You can't just pick up a book and be like, "Let me read Moby Dick." Now you ain't gonna do that. It got to be stuff you like. Like I got started
Moby Dick engages you.
Yeah,
nah, it does not. Not me.
I worked at Barnes and Noble for a really long time.
Listen,
I worked at Barnes and Noble.
Hold on 1 second, Brett. Hold on, wait, Brett. Wait.
Who's that talking?
She said something. Hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead,
I worked
Becca.
at Barnes and Noble for a really long time, so a big part of my job was to talk to people about books, and I was the supervisor of the children's department. And I used to have this very conversation with mothers who were frustrated because they couldn't get. It was often their young sons to read. They didn't want to read because they were trying to make them read like fucking The Hobbit or a classic or something that no little boy actually wants to read. Right. I used to have this conversation with them all the time that was like, it doesn't really matter what they're reading. You just have to help them find something they want to read because then they will. Right. But if you just keep shoving fucking like your 10-year-old son does not want to read Pride and Prejudice, Donna. No. Right. So when you said that, I was like, because I feel very strongly about that.
I just want to let you know you're pushing your nerd campaign with having a job and being a manager at Barnes and Nobles. I just want
I wasn't a manager. I was like a step below. I was a supervisor.
But still, you were excelling at Barnes and Noble. She wasn't just there stocking books. She was like, no, I've read this whole section.
Like I did the displays and I like made decisions and
Gotcha. No, that's deep.
It was terrible.
You got 100 books behind you. God damn.
Right.
Probably. There's some stacked on the floor. I also have a full set of leather-bound encyclopedias.
Are you sitting on a pile of books right now? Like
I'm sitting on some pillows.
Okay.
Goddamn. It looks like she's in a lobby of a library somewhere.
That's like my goal. I want to live in a library. Like that scene from Beauty and the Beast when she sees his library. That is like, oh my God.
I would probably vomit if I lived in a library.
You would what?
I said I'd probably vomit if I lived in a library. It'd be so overwhelming. It'd be so overwhelming.
Indecision and panic.
Yeah, I couldn't.
I don't know which one to read.
I couldn't.
You need to try Audible, man. Especially like if you're on the go all the time. I really don't have a lot of time to sit down and pick up books. I signed up for Audible, man, and it gets it there. Especially if the book is, narrated from the actual writer.
Right, for sure.
You can feel the perspective better. You know what I mean? So,
I like to watch TV shows.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier and it's more interesting. I like to binge watch shows. I just be like, I can sit and watch a whole fucking series in like a week. I watched Game of Thrones in a whole week. Yeah.
That started as books. So it's just you're just doing a different version.
But I didn't want to read the books. I just wanted to see.
They're so good. Oh, they're so good.
I don't want to read what they say. I want them to say it.
They say the books are a lot more detailed than the show was.
Oh my God, it's insane. Oh, here's Clash of Kings.
Wow.
See that?
Wow.
I've never even seen Game of Thrones.
Never?
It's a great series.
I don't really watch TV like that. Like I watch more like I really watch way more movies and stuff on YouTube than I watch like actual TV shows.
So what porn you watch?
You said what porn? What's somebody say? Somebody said what porn I watch?
Saying you don't watch TV like that.
I think you said that.
I
think
really
Tony said that. Did you say that, Tony?
No, I said I watched.
That sounds like a Tony question. That's definitely in the Rolodex of Tony, man.
Don't defame Tony. Don't defame
I had to get Tony in the game.
I'm here to maintain my integrity.
she had on?
Nobody
Right.
knows.
What you mean?
I watch sports.
Like even recently, the only TV shows I watched recently is like the ones they've like revamped. Like they revamped like some black shows on Netflix, like 101, the Parkers and stuff like that. Like that's like the most
yeah,
like
I saw
TV that I've actually like watched, but I
They
haven't
just
seen.
put both Dave Chappelle seasons on Netflix now.
But see, I don't really believe it or not, bro. I don't really like sketch comedy. I don't care who doing it. Dave Chappelle, Saturday Night Live, whatever. Like that shit is just. Like
Yeah.
there's very like I'm a type of person where I just like certain sketches from certain shows. Like there's certain sketches that Dave Chappelle did or Key and Peele or Saturday Night Live that I just like of that. But I've never sat and watched the whole show and just like, yo, this is I can't wait till the next one.
The writing is horrible these
I
days,
feel
man.
the way.
Situational comedy, the writing is horrible these days, man.
But I'm saying even for
That's why you
Chappelle's
feel
show,
like
like I'm saying even for
That's why you
Chappelle.
see,
Go ahead.
SNL has brought back a lot of old stars. You notice as of late, you see a lot of SNL. They've actually moving to bringing old stars, old comedic stars to come back because I don't know if it's just the talent's decreasing, man. These guys aren't as interesting as they used to because there's so many shortcuts to comedy now.
But
right.
That's what I was saying.
It's fucking empty.
Real quick to my point.
Personality.
Real quick to my point, and I'm shutting up. I just want to say, it don't matter if it was old or new. I'm saying sketch comedy to me, I just don't like. Is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like,
what comedy do you like?
Whether it's the old school or new school, whoever's doing it, like last thing, the most enjoyable sketch show I've ever watched would probably be All That when it was on Nickelodeon, and that's when I was a kid, and I didn't even know it was a sketch show. I just thought it,
Keenan and Kel. Keenan and Kel was fun.
Yeah, right, exactly. So for me, I almost kind of looked at it as like another version of Keenan and Kel. I didn't really look at it as, oh, this is sketch comedy. So
what comedy do you like?
Shit.
Say it again.
So what comedy do you like, Rudy? Because I'm like, if you don't like sketch comedy, it's like Saturday Night Live is the top comedy or sketch comedy for any comedian. If you're a comedian, like you getting that network of being on Saturday Night Live, even top comics. Kevin Hart's been on there. Like, so what comedy do you like?
Stand up and just like comedy movies, basically, just
real.
But I just the style of sketch comedy to me, I just don't care for it. Like I just don't.
Do you like improv at all?
Yes.
Performing or watching?
Improv is fun.
Improv can be fun. I've seen some fun like improv. Once again, it's things. I like things about it. Just like it's certain sketches that I think are hilarious. Like I've seen certain sketches and thought they were hilarious. The Clayton Bigsby sketch with Dave Chappelle with the blind, that's hilarious. That's never not funny. But I'm saying
hit and misses,
right. But I've seen the next 5 after that, and I was just like, nah, I don't.
Like,
right.
He played
to me.
Many people talking at the same time.
That shit was hilarious.
I felt that In Living Color was probably one of the best sketch comedies.
Yes, one of the greatest ever.
Ian Ivy Reigns, he had a lot of great writers involved with that, and it was just
one of the greatest shows.
Fire.
Living Color sketch? I thought that was
Living Color. One of the greatest shows.
It was sketch comedy.
Tony, how old were you when Living Color was out? Tony, I have a question. How old were you when Living Color was out?
Pardon me?
How old were you when Living Color was out?
11.
Are you just saying a number, or are you really for real?
I'm just saying a number.
Okay, cool. So guess what? So what year were you?
For real. Oh, I was thinking of Living Single.
And J Lo was one of the Fly Girls. J Lo was one of the Fly Girls.
Becca said she was thinking of Living Single.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, man.
And then as soon as I realized, I was like, oh no, In Living Color was a sketch show. What am I doing? In my defense.
That's so funny.
So many stars were made from it.
When I have my own show, my show's gonna fucking stink. I'm gonna have some really hot babes dancing around before we go to commercial, so people forget about how bad my show fucking stinks.
Now, Living Color. Go ahead, Will.
I was saying that I haven't seen any. There hasn't been another sketch comedy show that lived up to that. Lived up to that bar that Living Color left. You had
That's right.
talent. You had Jamie Foxx, Jim Carrey, Tommy Davidson, Damon Wayans.
David
These guys
Allen
were
Greer.
jaggernauts in David Allen Greer theaters. These people were jaggernauts, man.
Serious talent. There's some serious talent on that show. Whew.
Man,
The Three Stooges, man. The Three Stooges I've been watching the Three Stooges now for about 62 years, and the Three Stooges are where it's at.
Yeah,
I love
man.
the Three Stooges.
Slapstick.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
It's called Funny. And there's one episode. There's one episode of Three Stooges called Hoi Polloi. That's my favorite. I could watch that 1,000 more times, and every time I watch it, I'll laugh. Every time I watch that thing, it's so great. Hoi Polloi, where they have that bet and they to try to make gentlemen out of them, and then they have that big party, introduce them to society. That is so fucking funny. I laugh every goddamn time I watch Hoi Polloi. It's so goddamn great.
Speaking of older comedy shows, you guys ever watch Carol Burnett's show? You ever see Carol Burnett?
Yeah.
What'd you think of that?
You said seen what?
Carol Burnett show.
Oh no, I didn't. I know what you're talking about. I never watched it though.
I didn't like it.
Yeah,
Touch is really,
I liked it.
Touch is really lame. You know what the funniest lady I've ever seen on TV? You know, the funniest lady going way back. The funniest lady I've ever seen on TV is that old show. It's on Antenna TV sometimes now. It's called Burns and Allen. Gracie Allen. Man, it's really funny. You ever watch Burns and Allen reruns?
No.
Oh man,
I ain't even heard of that shit.
Tony, how old were you in 1990?
Gracie Allen. She's like the funniest lady in the history of TV. Oh man, that lady is so damn funny.
Out of curiosity, Tony, when I said the show All That, did you know what I was talking about? Just out of curiosity.
No, I did not.
Gotcha. Okay, so this is a fair argument. This is just as lost as I am while you're talking. I just want to know if you were just lost. So gotcha. We're on the same. We're on the same page.
You got
Google Tony Viagra.
And I'm old.
It's like 3 generations of comedy up here on this.
No, for sure.
I'm 40. He's 30.
Right.
Tony's 83.
You're not talking about my age too. I'm 66.
Tony's 83.
83.
He look good though, man. He's a good 83.
I'm 66. Yeah, 66. And I feel young, but I'm going to do stand up until I croak, which will probably happen later tonight.
Gotcha.
All right, man.
Stupid ass. Mine is 66. 1954.
66.
2020.
I mean, but Will, to your point about the whole in Living Color, a lot of people they give it to Dave Chappelle as far as having the best stand-up show. Because I've seen.
You were born in 1924.
Talking about the Chappelle show?
Yeah, the Chappelle show.
Like barely 2 seasons.
Barely
2 seasons. I mean, how? That's not even fair. With a couple sketches.
But that's how people are. I mean, how many albums did Tupac and Biggie have? They still held on, above everybody. Nobody can ever pass them. You know what I'm saying? And their greatness. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that's just what it is. Like, when people are just.
Tony, you were 36 in 1990?
When somebody.
What were you doing in 1990, Tony?
When somebody.
B.I.G. I listened to B.I.G.
I love the sidebar, man.
B.I.G. and Tupac.
Amazing.
Tupac.
You're lying. This is live right now. You're lying.
I'm standing up, man.
Jesus.
Tony, do you smoke weed? Tony, I'm really mad as hell that you were born in 1954 and you have no mustache.
What you mean?
Oh well.
He probably shaves it.
Why?
Man.
That's what old timers do. They don't wear no. They wear.
So you're telling me you would shave your mustache if you were fucking
Hollywood, man.
66?
Well, I was born in 89. I wasn't born in 54.
You and I both. So you're
89.
telling me if you're 66.
You
would shave your mustache.
What you was doing in '89, Will? You said, "Damn, like you was at Freaknik or something."
Like, yeah, man. I was like 13. I was humping and all that shit. I was
2055, Rudy's shaving his mustache. 2055, Rudy's shaving his mustache.
That's a marker for time.
My girlfriend has a mustache between her
You
legs.
have a girlfriend? How old is she?
She's old enough to know better. I'll tell you that.
Oh, so what? 18?
Yeah, she's barely legal. That's her name.
Legal. We're all from America.
Barely legal.
All right.
Are you leaving or anything?
I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with Tony. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I'm fucking with Tony. Tony, I fucking Googled you. I fuck with you.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
What popped up? His Facebook page or some shit?
No, a whole bunch of goddamn pornography and shit. He got a YouTube channel and shit.
I do.
Stand up.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Everybody subscribe to my YouTube channel, please.
Tony been in Pennsylvania, the Bash. Tony got a Twitter.
Yeah.
Mechanicsburg. That was called. Big funny looking agency.
Hey man, hey, we don't give a damn about Tony. What you say, Will?
Tony's popping.
Hey, we done with Tony.
Tony's on fire. I mean, I was talking about recently. Did you guys see SNL with Dave Chappelle was hosting?
I missed that shit, man.
I watched his monologue. I didn't see the whole thing. I seen the monologue. I didn't watch the whole episode.
I missed that shit, bro. I just got out of jail, so.
It was classic Dave Chappelle. He pissed everybody off in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
What is classic Dave Chappelle?
White people pushing the envelope.
But you know, he did like 15 minutes though, like 15, 16 minutes.
Yeah, you know, he's
monologue.
Very intelligent guy, you know.
Right.
He keeps it, you know, his formula to say is to be interesting. And while he's teaching you something, he's drawing you in. Then he says something crazy, fucking racist. That's just his style, man. But yeah, that's how he puts it together. You know,
but you know, a lot of that shit with SNL, man, they be on some shit like what's the dude's name who's like oversees everything, or like Lorraine something?
Lauren Michaels.
Lauren
Michaels. Yeah, he's the one that gives you like the yay and the nay. So they all, even how big you are, how old you are. Dave Chappelle's been in the comedy game 30 plus years or 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Like the least, it's like he still has the say so of, nah, Dave, we're not using that. No, we're not gonna go for that. Okay, Dave, I'll let you slide with that. I'll let you not. So I'm saying, like, who knows what to say, but I didn't see it.
I don't think so with Dave Chappelle, bro.
Your opinion, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think so with Dave Chappelle, because you gotta think about it. Dave Chappelle doesn't have nothing to lose. He ain't got no brand deals and all that shit.
He's his own boss.
He's him. He is him. He can say what he wants to and don't gotta respond to nothing. He just do another special.
He's his own boss.
Yeah, for him, like he just say it. He just says it. You know what I'm saying? And you just, but you do comedy since you're 14 and you're now, you know, in your 40s. I think you deserve to talk whenever you want to, no matter what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you're
people respect him.
Well, right. And he's also very thoughtful.
For sure.
He doesn't say things like without
just
thinking
because,
about
right?
them.
For sure, right.
He's incredible, and so even when he's definitely said things I don't like,
right?
But it doesn't really matter in the end because he's one of the most earnest professionals in the game.
For sure.
He is himself.
For sure.
And it's like to what Rudy was saying, that's why he is who he is.
Right.
Is because he's just always been himself. And he still is that way even after all this time.
Right.
So he really does not have anything to lose.
Right.
Because he never replaced his that in anybody else. It was just, you know.
And the one time he had something to lose, he was willing to lose it, which was his show. He gave it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He walked away. He
pivoted, and he took time. He thought it through. Obviously,
right.
I said, he's thoughtful.
Right.
And that makes a big difference. And also, I think I kind of wanted to touch back on something that got brought up earlier. How because I haven't been watching SNL. I feel the same way about sketch comedy. There are some sketches that I like. Like I'll see something the one with when Kate McKinnon makes everybody crack with the alien UFO thing. Fucking love it. But I don't watch SNL.
Right.
When something like that comes across, then I like this, but I don't follow it. But I've just heard so many people talk about how frustrated they are with recent years and this dip in talent and how the show just isn't what it used to be.
Right.
And I think a big part of it is because anybody can get into comedy. Literally anybody who has any sense of a voice and an ability to be online. Look at fucking Tony. Anybody can do comedy. It didn't used to be that way. It's so accessible now.
Yeah.
And so there's just things aren't as interesting. Because they don't have to be. People follow formulas. In the scene here, everyone's always talking about you have to follow a formula. This is how you tell a joke. This is how you get a late night set. You have to do it this way. And I think that has, and that's one of the reasons why I'm on a roll. I'm sorry, I'm almost done. That's one of the reasons why I love Hannah Gadsby so much. Because love her or hate her, she fucking has some goddamn balls. Because she talks about how it doesn't matter if you think she's a comedian. This is her art.
Right.
And this is how she's going to do it.
Right.
And it's creative and it's poignant and it's different. And even like Neil Brennan with 3 mics, creative, poignant, different. But there's not a lot of that.
Right.
Because it's just this huge sea of people who are like, hey, I can talk in a weird voice and I have no sense of shame. That's okay, yeah. I'm done. That was my rant. Thank you.
So I mean,
for entertaining.
I enjoyed it.
Do you think it's a decline in the writing or the talent, the comedian's ability? Because as a comic,
I think it's a combination.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like when people write for you, it could be the greatest joke ever, but if you can't make it your own or have that ability to make your own, it's not gonna sell. You know,
make it your own. Make it your own. Do you mean like deliver it?
Exactly that. Personalize it. You got to. It's just like if you were a rapper and you have a writer or your producer. The producer is gonna say it to you so you can hear comedically how it's supposed to hit. You know, as far as the octave tones, if you need to raise your brow, or, you know, the physics involved. So basically, the physicality involved. So point example, when Eddie Murphy was on SNL, did you guys see that? He made his big return.
Yeah.
And that right there, to me, was a perfect example of telling you guys where you are. Eddie Murphy had the same writers they all had, and he ad-libbed. He knew how to maximize the funny in the moment. And it was like he was running circles around people. It was a skit called Santa Knew or some shit. It's the most hilarious thing to me. And he's up there with these seasoned comedians or staff that is on the show. And they were dry as fuck. And sometimes you gotta go away from the script and in moment, you know, catch the opportunity. And he was just doing it all over the place. And to me, like I said, I think it's more so the talent. I don't think it's the writers. I think they got great writers. They just got guys that just can't execute. You know? I mean, it is what it is, man. Maybe they need to do some fucking real recruiting.
I got a question.
Yes.
Did anyone here see Eddie Murphy when it was like in the 1980s when he had a special on HBO from Constitution Hall in DC? Has anyone ever seen that concert?
Yes.
Delirious. Yeah.
Yeah. It's fantastic. And then that was like the peak of his career. And I guess he went mainstream after that, and that was like the peak. That he just killed that on that show. He just fucking killed with the shit about Jackie Gleason and the fucking ice cream truck, and he just fucking killed it that good.
Were you?
That's raw bitch, man. It's still funny. Fucking 40 years later.
It is.
Yeah. I think that's when he landed that big deal with Universal.
But see, this is. But Will, let me say this though. I think even with the whole SNL or whatever it is, like I don't watch it like that. I didn't watch it.
Neither.
You know, when it was the style when they had Andy Kaufman on there. You know what I'm saying? Let alone get into now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know the transition that happened with SNL specifically. But I will say this though. I do think that comedy is obviously subjective, but it's also like generational, because like for me, when I watch the Richard Pryors and the Eddie Murphys and people like that, when I watch them do stand-up, I see the genius without ever cracking a smile when I watch them. You feel what I'm saying? Like, now granted, that because I was introduced to Eddie Murphy in my life in movies. Like I seen him in movies way before I had ever seen him on a stage. And granted, I didn't even care for stand-up comedy like that growing up. Like I would, you know, I think the first like maybe special I ever like seen like that was probably Cat Williams or something, Pimpin' or whatever, you know, Pimp Chronicles or something like that. Was like the first like hour special I actually sat down to watch, you know. So growing up, like I was never really like watching stand-up like that outside of maybe the clips that rotated on like Comedy View at best. But the point that I'm making is that with some of the people just say that I seen in maybe like the 90s on to now, I laugh at way more than just say the Red Fox, the Paul Moonies, the Eddie Murphys, you know, the Richard Pryors. Granted, because I am an artist, I see the genius in what they're doing. I understand the jokes. I see the relevance in the time and so on and so forth. And I get why it's funny to these people, but I don't never laugh. I've never sat and just was dying laughing at anything that Richard Pryor or whatever, you know, said. And it doesn't mean that they're not funny or they're not as great as people say they are. But I think once you start hitting a generational gap I think that does matter. And I say all that to say, going back to SNL, that may be a thing because even what you saying that Eddie Murphy came back and gave you what it is that you like, I think these newer people may just go a different way about it, and it's just maybe not liked as much as, you know, the old way or whatever like that, or the original fans liked it. But I think that whole transition with the generation, I think that could just have.
I wanna
Eddie just has the it factor, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, Eddie's Eddie. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, but even when you said they was bringing back older people, like just in general, just now to try to help out, I'm saying I think that's because they're trying to go back to this formula that was once liked, but that was still in, you know, during its time, and they just, you know, trying to revamp it.
Burger, I want to hear you, Burger.
Okay. Oh, I was gonna ask, how do you think like social media changed comedy from like when it was before social media? It was a lot more difficult, you know what I'm saying, to get on. Now people get a platform, IG, you get followers, you get famous. It's not so difficult as it was back in the day when you had to, like Bernie Mac, when I watched a documentary on him and he told how he traveled in his little ass beat up car from state to state doing open mic nights in every state. He said he was determined to do every state so everyone in the U.S. knew who he was, and he did that. And Bernie Mac ended up being one of the GOATs. You know, one of the dudes that you know, he's one of the best comedians I used to love. You can watch Bernie Mac. His confidence on stage was everything. And he was just raw. He was always raw and real about everything. And I feel like social media has changed comedy a lot. It's not what it used to be because it's so, everybody wants to do IG skits and let's do this.
Yes.
And, you know,
people just put out content. It ties into what I was saying. It's like, I just have to have content, and so much of it isn't good. So many of these sketches, I'm like, there's no comedic value to this.
I'd be like, yo,
what
this
is happening?
Funny, and they'll have like 100,000 views, and people, this is hilarious, and I'm like, this is not hilarious. This is stupid.
Go ahead, Brett.
All right, so like, to be always honest, I'm new at doing comedy. So when I say that, I feel like, in my opinion, comedy is in what we're talking about, the SNL, the stand-up, even the skits, you know what I'm saying? And it's different, like we said about the generational difference. Like, it's different, but I'm new at all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew for a fact I wanted to do this ever since 8th grade. It's just that I didn't know how to go about doing it. I went to, you know what I'm saying, life happened, so pretty much I got out of prison, and I was just like, even in prison, niggas like, hey, Gresham, what you gonna do for you? I'm gonna do comedy, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm making folks who got life sentences never getting out laugh and forgetting that they locked up. So I'm gonna do this shit for real. I'm gonna take it seriously. But I need to learn the past, you know what I'm saying, to know how to dictate my present to like make the future happen. So it's like the SNL stuff we're talking about, I feel like this has been a situation, for lack of a better terms, that people have seen. Now, to fast forward my point to what Madam Red Hair, I'm gonna just say that, I'm sorry. What you have said is that, Becca. Like, my fault, Becca. I see B. Henry, so I was like, I don't want to say the wrong thing. But look, so my point is like, I completely agree that social media, along with St. Berger has said, is like, it does change it. You know what I'm saying? Even him asking that, it has changed. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like, you just pushing content out and waiting for people to see many views or click like, give you a heart with everything like that. Because I done been on stage. I went on stage last night, Tuesday night, in my fault, not last night, so Tuesday night, in Crave Little 5 Points, and my skit, my material that I used, that I went ape shit on, fresh coming out of jail doing 6 months, it went well. Granted, the people weren't there, but it's just that I didn't get that laughs like that. So regardless if people were there or not, I'm just like, can you deal with not getting that to ha 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 ha? You know what I'm saying? You're not getting that on skits. And here's the thing with skits: if you don't like it, or you can do this. Hold on. Let me see what you're talking about. No, bro, let me do it like this. Hold on, record it again.
Exactly.
When you live on stage, nigga, it is or it ain't. You know what I'm saying?
But
that can like really make a break. I'm listening.
But well, go ahead, Will. I'll let you go first, and then I'll go.
I feel like I can really make a break.
I was saying, I'm saying, no, I was saying Will. No, I was saying Will looked like he was bubbling, so I was gonna let him say something before I went.
No, it's apples and oranges, man. Doing situational comedy and stand-up comedy is two different disciplines. You know, we don't have a pause button, a retake. You have to be able to be off the cuff. You know, I mean, once you know your material well enough, sometimes, you know, the environment can change the tone.
Context
Somebody
matters.
Definitely.
Yeah, somebody coughing, a smell. It's live. I mean, for that reason, and it's just a different deal set. I mean, no knock to guys who do internet comedy or skits, but it is not stand up. You're not. I mean, I don't want to call you a comedian. You're I guess you're a humorist, but it takes time. It takes a lot of practice, man. I mean, it just doesn't come overnight. You know what I mean? But I respect their hustle. You know?
Yeah, right. All day, all day.
Definitely more power to them, man. If that's how they get it, that's how they got it.
But this
what works for you, what works for you. All right, go ahead.
This is what I have to say though. This is what I have to say. Okay, for one, I'm definitely not an internet comic. So when I say this, I'm not necessarily defending them because I'm one of them, because I'm not. I mean, when I started doing comedy, I started on the stage, you know, and I post on the internet just for whatever. But this is one thing that I've learned. Number one, the same way somebody who just said who does the internet stuff, like if they start there and then try to switch over to stand up, the same way that's a hard transition. It's a hard transition the opposite way. To start on stage and then try to do some internet stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So I would disagree with even not wanting to call them comedians. Yeah, they may not be a stand-up comic, but they're still comedians, because that's just like if somebody started off in movies and then went to the stage. You know, they're still acting or doing something that does not take live, you know, whatever. Like in a movie, you can say cut, redo, whatever. It's you know, TV show, so on and so forth. But I think that social media is so powerful, because what social media has given us, to your point, Burger, it can now take somebody who does know how to do the stage thing, and it can allow you to skip the Bernie Mac step of driving 50 states to be able to build your own brand and then be able to sell tickets. Because at the end of the day, all stand-up comics prior to social media were trying to get on a TV show, SNL, or a movie, because you want to be seen so that you can then sell more tickets and your name can be on the bill and you can be the headliner and you build your own brand. That same thing still applies. They just added another thing to the category, and it's just now social media. So to your points, yes, there are some people who think that it is easy to do YouTube videos and then transition to stage and it be just as easy, and then they bomb. Yes, that is a thing. But at the same time, I don't want to get it twisted in what the power of not so much the social media comics, but what social media can do for those of you who already have the stage part handled. You don't have to wait anymore, because you can now take the power in your own hand, put out content, whether it's skits, podcasts, whatever. You put out content, people know you, they learn your brand, and then now when you go to Alabama or, you know, North Dakota, whatever, you sell tickets, and people already saw you on the internet. Now you're here in person, and now you can sell tickets.
And now, Rudy, with this pandemic, we don't have a whole lot of options right now. And that's why this Zoom thing has evolved in it's, I think, a really good opportunity for us doing these Zoom shows. And we don't have much of a choice right now either, unless, you know, I don't want to die. I don't want to be a martyr for stand-up comedy. So
Right.
Zoom is, you know, this pandemic, that's like, if you find one positive side about the pandemic, it's that the Zoom comedy shows have evolved. And I love doing Zoom comedy shows instead of driving all over the earth to do some bullshit comedy show at some broken down dumpy bar.
I wouldn't agree with that part. I like the live show better still.
But I think it also depends on where you are. Pennsylvania can't have that much comedy.
I love live shows, but we don't have that option right now.
No, but you're saying that you like the Zoom better than driving to a show.
No,
I'm saying,
driving all over the fucking place to make $10. Yeah, but I love doing live shows, but Zoom is the only choice we have now, and it's a pretty good option.
You got it?
Yeah, you definitely have to adapt and adjust. make the best of it. People
Yeah.
still need to
I
laugh.
ain't gonna lie. My fault, Will. I want that. I want that right then and there. Cause guess what? If we were all in the room right now, where I'm at, or wherever you all at, like, I want that live action. So whatever I'm saying, if it's not good to you, popping, funny as fuck, whatever, I want that right then and there. I feel like with Zoom or any other app, social media, like, it gives you that shit where if you don't hear nothing, because when you're watching, if you're doing something on a social media app or even off a skit, any social media, it's like you don't get that. You can keep going with your content. Stand up. And I just came off stage last night, and I felt I had to grade. The night before that, I was like, oh shit. But I kept going with my content. You know what I'm saying? My material. So, and I'm new at this now. You know what I'm saying? I'm to my, like, fresh out the womb new. So I feel like if you are not getting that positive reaction, which is a chuckle, a giggle, a full out laughter, I want to see what you're talking about now. Because a skit, it ain't nothing. You can keep going what you're going with. But I'm not trying to downplay or nothing, because I respect the hustle. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do. I feel like I want to be there, because guess what? My thing is that if you are popping at skits, and once those big made money motherfuckers like, hey, yo, Will, Burger, we seen your skit. It did 3 million views in 6 hours. We want to put you on the stage. Nigga, what you gonna do? And we want to pay you $10,000. You finna tell me no? You're not finna say no to 10 bands for 20 minutes. You gonna take them, so you gonna take them 10 bands for 20 minutes, and then at that, what have you asked?
Made 10 bands though.
And a lot of internet
comics if you ask in the contract, well, they might get you to sign, because it's all about money. So with my money, I know you dealing with.
Brad, listen to me. I'm listening. It is all about the comedy clubs. Don't give a fuck if you funny or not. If you sell tickets, you have done your job. They don't give a damn. If you never come back because you bombed, that's your problem.
That's on you.
You solved my problem for tonight. Yeah. That is it. You could be as unfun as you want to. You sold this thing out. We sold our drinks. We lit.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
100%.
Right. But I want to give y'all a chance to kind of plug y'all stuff, because we've been on like an hour, and the conversation can continue if need be. But I do want to just give everybody a chance to plug Instagrams or shows or stuff you may be selling or whatever. Just to be able to get your stuff out there, and then we can either end it there, or if y'all felt like picking at Tony some more or something, we can do that.
Yes, Punch Tony night.
Tony night, right? Oh, so we'll actually start with you, B. Henry.
That's me.
That's you.
You can follow me on Instagram at bhenry, BEEHENRY. I post a lot of thirst traps. I guess that's my biggest sell there.
What?
Shamelessly. I'm not really performing a lot right now. I'm kind of taking a little bit of a break for mental health reasons. So I'm getting my validation from strange men on the internet.
Nice sunrise.
Gotta stay sharp. Gotta stay sharp.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Gotcha.
Can I subscribe to your OnlyFans?
I don't have one of those.
Get it.
Sorry.
You have a
Instagram's gonna have to do.
Yeah, her thirst traps are free. All right, just go to her Instagram.
Yeah, you don't even have to say.
This is my favorite picture of all your thirst traps.
Those we're so good.
No, that looks fire. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
They're so good. I'm tooting my own horn. That's the sexiest picture I've ever looked.
Without you being there, bet.
Right. Brett, you can go next, bro. It's on you.
So here's the thing. Like I said, I'm brand spanking new. I'm a newbie. I'm a noob. I'm a bot. Not really, but at Gresham_Ragu, GRESHAM_Ragu as in my Instagram. My Twitter at Gresham_Brett, BRETT. Probably one of the only niggas you would ever see named Brett. Don't judge me. That's my mom. My pops is named Brett. Or you can just Google Brett Gresham, BrettGresham. I have a YouTube channel. Google my name. Everything's my name. I'm the easiest nigga to find. Like I said, I just came out of prison, so anything with my name in prison, you know what I'm saying? Besides being my number, you can find as my name. I'm here. I'm with everything. I'm ready to learn, relearn, unlearn, learn some more. So I just like making people laugh, and making people laugh. That's it.
Gotcha. Dope. Sir Will, it's on you.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Comedian Will. Pretty much, commonly spelled. I also reoccur as a host on the Perspective Show on NLG Radio.
Okay.
On my Instagram, that's where I list upcoming shows. Other than that, I may do some Zoom shows and just try to stay busy, man. Just trying to stay busy. But because of the COVID, just like everyone else, man, not hitting a lot of road, doing all those road shows, but just trying to stay sharp. That's about it.
Gotcha. Lit. Tony Viagra.
Yes, sir. Present and accounted for. I'm Tony Viagra, the gangster of comedy, and I'm on the show called the Lockdown Comedy Network. It's on the ASY Network, which is available on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. And there's a new show on there every week. Please check it out. I'm also I'm on Facebook, so please friend me on Facebook if we're not already friends. I'm on Instagram at Tony Viagra, and I'm on Twitter at Tony Viagra, at Viagra Tony or some bullshit. And
what?
And I'm on YouTube. And please check me out on YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It doesn't cost anything, and it helps me. And I'm going to be posting a bunch of new videos on YouTube whenever I figure out how the fuck to do it. And I want to thank
Tony. I don't care what nobody say, bro.
It's just been great to be on this podcast tonight with everyone. It's been a blast, and I want to thank Rudy for having me on. And I really enjoyed it.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Burger, you made it back.
Made it back.
My phone died.
Yeah, that's so good.
No.
I'm so sorry. I was like, oh, fuck. I need to get to a fucking charger.
No,
new background.
No, you got
yeah, it's my closet. That's some big ass clothes, ain't it? It's a lot of clothes. That's a strong closet. That bitch holding up all that shit.
Yeah, no, you go ahead. Yeah, do you think?
I'm Burger Man on Instagram, Burger King Comedian. Facebook, I'm Ephraim Almaguer. That's my real name. Yeah, I know it's fucked up. I do stand-up comedy. You know, I talk shit on Facebook. Sometimes do little rants here and there. I got a show that I do in Homestead called Laugh It Up Comedy Show that I've been doing for a couple of years now. And so far, I've had about almost 5 sold-out shows. So I've had Rudy perform on them before. He killed it. You know, hopefully in the future I can work with some of you comedians as well. You know, if you guys are willing to come down to Homestead. You know, it's a big theater. You know, I always make sure everything's nice, taken care of. So you guys come down and put on a hell of a show if you guys are ever interested. You guys can add me, like I said, Burger King Comedian on Instagram. If you guys want to get linked up, you can just DM me and we'll go further from there. But yeah, nice to meet you all, and thank you, Rudy, for having me tonight, man. It's been an honor to be here. For sure, bro.
Absolutely. I appreciate all y'all. Everybody went, right? I didn't skip nobody. Yeah. I appreciate y'all, man, for pulling up. This was a very fun conversation. This episode will be, it'll stay up as far as the live, but I guess not so much edited, but the added effects, your background, your name, Instagram, all that stuff be added. That version will be out next Tuesday. So I don't know.
Okay.
Either way, I'll send y'all the link when it come out.
Bro.
And other than that, yeah, I don't think I won't be doing it on Thanksgiving. But I'll be back next week. And then I pretty much just do it every Thursday until either quarantine ends or I don't know. who knows? We'll see what happens. But either way, y'all are more than welcome to come back. If you don't reach out to me first, I'm sure I'll reach back out to you again, especially starting in January for the new year. And yeah, man, keep hope alive. Y'all stay in the fight. I don't know. That's all the inspiration I got. That's it.
Real.
It was nice to meet everyone. Yeah,
I'm
keep
sorry.
your
Listen,
mask on.
real quick, B Henry, I didn't get your Instagram, so can I
It's
I'm
B.
following
Henry.
all
He
you.
literally
That's
just
my
said it. He
Instagram.
literally just said it.
Listen, I didn't get it,
He's like, I got it.
and we're on one, so I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying?
BEEHENRY.
man.
This man
All right,
said the
I'm
Instagram
going.
name.
That's all I wanted to ask. I heard everything else. I got all of you all. So when this is over, y'all see my name. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I appreciate it. Hey, Rudy.
Thanks, everybody.
Boy, I appreciate
Rudy.
you. Boy, real shit.
No problem, man. No problem at all. All right, yeah, y'all be safe, man. Wash your hands, all that stuff, and yeah, man, we out.